Prince Alfred and Queen Victoria. The other son, the navy and the neglect. AKA, hello, Mum, it's me, Alfred, still alive, still underappreciated. Welcome back to Past People, where the royal family has more children than sympathy, and emotional validation is always sent by post. Delayed. Today's forgotten prince? Alfred, Duke of Edinburgh, Queen Victoria's second son, lifelong Navy man, and the sibling whose entire vibe was, "Hi, I'm not Bertie, but I also exist." Alfred's life was filled with long voyages, near assassinations, awkward diplomatic marriages, and letters from his mother that said absolutely nothing supportive unless someone had just died. If Bertie was the black sheep and Arthur was the golden child, Alfred was the middle sock. Reliable, functional, absolutely not discussed unless required. So unfurl the royal standard, pack your sea legs and prepare for a salty, snub-filled saga of royal correspondence. Because this is the tale of Prince Alfred and Queen Victoria's coldest letters at sea. The spare son gets a ship. Alfred was born in 1844, Victoria's second son and third child. Whereas Bertie was under constant scrutiny and pressure to live up to Prince Albert, Alfred was gently handed a telescope and told to sail away quietly. He entered the Royal Navy at just 12 years old, and from then on his life became a constant stream of foreign postings, naval discipline, occasional cannon fire, and writing long letters to his mother about how he still existed. Queen Victoria's responses were minimal. She'd write things like, "It is good that you are behaving, continue to do so." If he mentioned loneliness, homesickness, injury, such things build character. So warm, so maternal, so absolutely nothing like chicken soup. Being useful never earns love. Alfred worked. He was competent. He didn't cause scandal. He didn't get caught with actresses. He didn't gamble excessively. He even learned 7 languages. But the reward? Crickets from Windsor. Meanwhile, his mother's letters to Bertie were filled with rage. To Arthur, praise. To Helena and Beatrice, emotional dependency. To Alfred, remember your position and do not overstep it. Imagine being the only child who doesn't mess up and getting less mail than the one who set half of Europe on fire socially. Alfred was basically Victorian WhatsApp blue-ticked by his own mother. The shooting incident that made her notice. Now let's talk about 1868, when Alfred is touring Australia and someone literally shoots him. The nation panics, papers scream, people send telegrams of concern. Queen Victoria finally shows a flicker of attention. She writes, "This incident has caused me distress. You must take greater care." Imagine surviving an assassination attempt and getting told off for not ducking properly. To her diary, she writes more emotionally, but to Alfred, the vibes are, "Glad you're not dead, don't be dramatic. Love, Mum." The marriage letters. Russia, really? Alfred makes another bold move in 1874. He marries Grand Duchess Maria Alexandrovna of Russia, daughter of Tsar Alexander II. A powerful match, yes, but also deeply inconvenient. Queen Victoria hated the Romanovs. Too proud, too cold, too not British. Her letters to Alfred at the time read like HR memos. "It is vital your wife understands she is not to take precedence over your sisters. There must be no Russianizing of the court. Maria, naturally, is furious." Alfred stuck in the middle again. His letters try to keep the peace. "Dearest Mama, Maria wishes to assure you she respects your position. Victoria, then she will sit where I tell her." Eventually, Alfred gets his own little court in Coburg, a duchy, a title, a castle, far, far away from Windsor, and still the letters stay lukewarm. The Duke who ruled quietly and was still ignored. In 1893, Alfred becomes Duke of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. He actually does pretty well. He governs, modernizes the region, promotes culture, even survives not being Bertie for an entire lifetime. But tragedy strikes again. His only son, another Alfred, dies young, under mysterious and tragic circumstances, likely suicide. The grief crushes Alfred, and Queen Victoria, she writes, "I am saddened for you, but you must carry on with dignity." Again, no comfort, no softness, just duty and instructions. This was the emotional equivalent of sending a condolence fruit basket with no card. By the time Queen Victoria dies in 1901, Alfred is already physically and emotionally exhausted. He dies a year later, in 1902, largely forgotten by the British public and buried far from the pomp of London. What survives are his letters, formal, loyal, occasionally pleading, always second tier. And what they show is heartbreaking. A son who followed every rule, never rebelled, served his country, tried to make peace, and never got even a fraction of the emotional energy Queen Victoria poured into her louder, messier children. So here's to Prince Alfred, the second son, the sailor, the steady one. He didn't scandalize, he didn't rebel, he didn't demand the spotlight. He just wrote home, served loyally, dodged bullets, and married a Tsar's daughter. And for all that, he got indifference. In the end, sometimes the greatest royal tragedy isn't rebellion, it's being completely overlooked. So next time someone says, "At least you're not the black sheep," remind them, even the navy blue sheep deserves a little love. You're watching Past People, where even the forgotten royals get their letters answered. Eventually.